Good morning, boys and girls. So we hope you had an awesome winter break, and for our remote week lesson, we are going to be creating a line drawing with your pencil, and you should have also gotten this sheet. Okay, so we printed out the sheet, and your job is going to be to take the sheet and put designs in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this in what's called a radial pattern. So this is going to be a round pattern, and all of the sides on this are all going to be similar or the same. Okay, so we're going to show you step by step how to do that. So you're going to watch the video, and we encourage you to watch it all the way first, one time, and then watch it a second time and do your drawing with the video. Now you can get really detailed with this, or you can keep this simple. There's also an option at the end of the video for you to add color, to outline, and that's entirely up to you if you want to do that. When you come back to school, you're going to bring your paper back with your drawing in it, and if you just have the pencil drawing, that's fine. If you have it all completely colored, that's fine. Also, you'll be ahead of the game. When you do come back, that's when we're going to add some color to it. So we will give you the opportunity to add color in school, but you're going to be doing the 20-minute drawing part at home. So again, we hope that you enjoyed time at home with your family, and we hope you're staying safe, and we look forward to seeing you back at school very, very soon. Okay, so here we go. So here's your paper that we gave you, and what you're going to do is you are going to be putting some designs in here. Now you can use any types of lines and shapes that you want. So I'm going to draw pretty dark on this, but again, you're going to want to do it a little bit lighter. I'm just doing it dark so it shows up on the camera, but you're going to want to do it a little bit lighter in case you need to erase anything. Alright, so I started off with this little leaf kind of shape. Again, you don't have to do this shape, that's why we encourage you to watch the video all the way through. And then, once you've used one of the triangles, now what we want you to do is use the opposite side. It's very important that you do that. So I'm going to actually just turn this all the way around, and I'm going to use the opposite side. Like that. Okay, so on the opposite side, I can also add smaller designs, and that gets pretty detailed for those of you that want to get a little bit more detailed. Alright, so now I'm going to pick a different triangle. So I'm going to turn my paper. I'm going to do this one here. Now I can do the same design and do them in each triangle, or I can try a different shape. And again, that's entirely up to you what you do. I'm going to do a triangle here. Okay. Now again, I'm going to turn it to do the opposite triangle, so that would be this one over here. And I'm going to put a triangle in there. Okay? Now, go back to where I started. So I've got this leaf shape here, this leaf shape here. Those are the same on both sides. This triangle here, this triangle here, those are the same on both sides. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. So now, since I want to make it radial, radial means that it's going to be coming out from the center. So all of my designs are going to move out towards the outside edge of the circle in the same pattern. Okay? So here's a triangle, here's a triangle, here's a leaf, here's a leaf. Okay? So since I did this on the top and the bottom, I also want to do it on the right side and the left side. Okay, so I'm going to turn this one. Again, this is the leaf. So there's a leaf. That's why I put the little design in there so you can see it. And here's a leaf here. Now you notice I did not turn my paper because I don't necessarily have to do that, but I knew that that's where I was going to put the leaf. Okay. So now I'm going to turn the paper this way. Okay. Now if you notice, there's a triangle on the left and the right. So I need to do the same here and the same here. Again, this is a triangle. So I'm going to put a triangle there and a triangle there. Okay. So now, let's put it back to the beginning. I've got the same on all four sides, which makes it a radial pattern. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see a little bit closer. See that? All right. Now, we're going to continue this way with our different patterns till we get to the outside of our circle. All right. Now, we could do different designs if you want. So I'm actually going to make a curved line here. And then what would I have to do down here? Yeah, a curved line. So I'm actually going to turn this. Okay. Now, I want to try to get it about equal distant, right, from the center. So it's about that far. So I want to kind of measure about that far. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to get it pretty close. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out. Okay. Now, I'd also have to do it here. And I'd have to do it here. Now that's the important thing about making sure that we're measuring out. Oops, went a little bit far. This is why we do it in pencil. A little bit too far. Move that back in there. Okay. Now here, starting this one, I'm going to do another triangle. Just so you can see a little different. And then I'd have to do it down here. Now for this one, I am going to turn my page. Notice I'm going very slow with my drawing. Once you get the hang of it, you can speed up a little bit. Not too detailed, but getting there. Now I can go back in here and I can add other things if I want to. So I'm actually going to make a triangle go this way, and this way. Have to do it in all four corners. It's coming out pretty good. Let's do another curve. And you get the idea. So, at this point, I'm going to actually speed up the video. I'm going to do a little speed drawing. Okay? And so you can watch it a little bit quicker. And then when we're done, you can rewind the video or you can do the drawing on your own. Okay? So. Okay, so I've added some designs in here. Now, I can get way more detailed than this, but this is pretty good. For the time being, this is pretty good. If you have more time, go ahead and add more designs if that's what you want to do. But at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and outline this. And the reason I want to do that is because I want it to show up on the camera. You don't have to outline yours, but if you have the materials, you can certainly do this. You could do this with crayon or marker or whatever. I'm actually putting a piece of paper under it because I don't want my marker to stain the table. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and outline this. So it's going to speed up again. Okay, so we've got it all outlined so you can see a little bit better. And another thing you're going to want to do is just erase any stray marks that you might have. This is always good practice to do. Make it look nice and neat. Because you're going to add color and you don't want those pencil marks showing. Now again, if at this point you've worked on it enough and it's ready to come back to school, that's fine. If you need to add color to it when you come back to school, we'll give you time to do that. If you want to do it at home and you have the means to do it, you have the materials, you can do it at home, and then that way when you come back into school, we'll have something else for you to do, because you'll be a little bit ahead. Okay, there we go. All right. So, okay, so we're going to add some color to this, and I'm just going to choose a couple of different colors. Now, I'm just going to do this with crayons because most of us have crayons, but you can certainly use markers or colored pencils, or whatever you have. So I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to use red. And let's try purple. Okay. So I just used 3 colors, and I'm going to challenge myself and see if I can do it with just 3 colors. So I'm going to do all the big shapes first. So I'm going to start over here. And we're going to go ahead and speed this up so that you can see it all colored in action. So that's the end of the project. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I hope you're happy with how yours turned out too. So at this point, you can certainly add things on the outside. That's up to you, but at this point, we'll just turn this in and we'll put it in our gallery, and we have a nice radial round pattern.